Okay, transformations. Once again, make sure you pause this, jot this stuff down, and then play the video. So with transformations, if we are looking at our letter A here, the number in front of some function, this is dealing with our vertical stretch or shrink by a factor of A to the y values. So if you see something in front like a 3, you're going to be tripling your y values. That is going to stretch the graph vertically. If you see something in front like a half, that is going to shrink your graph vertically. So you would be taking half of your y values in that case. So whatever number you see in front, that is what you're going to multiply to the y values. Now, if it's a negative, what that really means is we have a reflection over the x-axis. Okay? If you reflect over the x-axis, you are negating the y values. When you see an f in here, that's just referring to some function. Could be something like sine or cosine or the natural log or absolute value, any function out there. The b on the inside represents our horizontal stretch or shrink by a factor of 1 over b, and this applies to the x values. So if you were to have a maybe a 4 inside there, you're actually not going to be quadrupling the x values. You would be dividing all the x values by 4. If your b value is a 1/2, you would actually be doubling all of your x values. Okay, so the factor is 1 over b. If it's negative on the inside, then you have a reflection over the y-axis. So you're negating the x value in that case. The c on the inside, this is our horizontal shifter. You want to keep in mind here, this is always going to be the opposite sign of whatever you see, and you're going to apply that to the x values. So if you see an x plus 3 on the inside here, you would actually be subtracting 3 to the x values. If you see an x plus 5, you'd be subtracting 5. If you see an x minus 4, you'd be adding 4 to the x values. So it's always the opposite. And finally, on the end here, the number on the end represents our vertical shifter. If you have a plus 3, well, that would mean you're just going to add 3 to the y values. You're not changing any signs, okay? So you would just add that value directly to the y values.